Zachary Murdoch.
Good afternoon, Supervisor and Council members. My name is Adrienne Esposito. I'm the Executive Director of Citizens Campaign for the Environment. In way of background, Citizens Campaign for the Environment has worked for 40 years to protect our drinking water, coastal water, land, and air resources across Long Island and New York State. We have 120,000 members. We've also been engaged with the town and with Group for the East End and the Nordic Civic Council for 10 years in legal negotiations and legal cases fighting sand mining that has been inappropriate or outside the permit that they've been issued by the DEC. I'd like to respectfully disagree with the last speaker who said the DEC is doing a fine job. Well, they're doing a fine job acting as a business partner with sand mines, but not as a regulator for sand mines. And there is why we need your legislation. Your legislation is a thoughtful, effective way to eliminate sand mines that have either run out of sand, as you pointed out earlier, or are contaminating our drinking water or an inappropriate use for that particular area. Couple of things. Number one, special groundwater protection areas. Those are areas that are designated by Article 55 of the Environmental Conservation Law. There's only one in Southampton town. That's it. One. What that means is that that area is where the rainwater can recharge and replenish the underground aquifer for the vast amount of Southampton town. What are we doing? We're sand mining on top of that area, digging down closer to the groundwater source, and it has become polluted. Somebody said earlier, there hasn't been one reasonable study that shows pollution. False. That is not correct. In 2017, the Suffolk County Department of Health, the commissioner, had to go to court to get what's called a commissioner's warrant because Sandland, the mine that I'm talking about, wouldn't allow groundwater testing. They conducted, the hydrogeologist, Ron Paulson, who was here earlier, is one of them, a study on groundwater that they published in 2018. What did they find? Groundwater contamination. Very high levels of manganese. Somebody said, well, that's natural. Yes, that's natural, but is it unnatural to find manganese in very high levels in 1,000, 2,000 parts per million? A little bit of thorium, a little bit of radioactivity. That is not given to us by nature. That is given to us by pollution and by composting, which was an illegal activity. Number two is some people said that, what about, do these sand mines run out of sand? Here is the inspection site for Sandland that says they're running out. It's the date, 2006. What has the DEC done? Nothing. So that was almost 20 years ago. So the bottom line that I want to tell you is, number one is we need the bill so you can act when the regulatory agency fails to act. You know, we've been involved in the court cases. You've been funding the court cases. We should not have to do that. You should not have to spend taxpayer dollars on that. But you do, and you did the right thing.
3 minutes.
In conclusion, you're going to hear a lot about the DEC study. This is a study, this is a report masquerading as a study. This study that the DEC is doing is not any more authentic than if I put a tutu on a cow and told you I found the next rocket for Radio City Music Hall. It is a study where only sand mines who voluntarily raise their hand and say, I want you to study my groundwater, participate. And the ones who don't say, no thanks. That is not a study. But thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate the opportunity to comment on this important bill. Please pass it. Thank you.